Questions, please?
Obviously, the second team has shot the lights out against you. Do you blame yourself for that?
Yeah.
Why so?
People are going to shoot a higher percentage because of the way we're playing. Here's the problem, and I mean, I've said this from the beginning, and I've told them from the very beginning. We have to turn people over, but we can't turn it over. I think turnovers are 19 to 16. When we win, they're 19 like to 8, maybe 7, or 22 to 8. That's 14 more shots we're going to get. We were out-rebounding our opposition. We got rebounded by 8. If we out-rebound them by 8, that's 8 more shots we get. So now you're talking 18, 20 more shots, which is what we were getting. We were getting 18, 20 more shots than what our opposition was. They're going to shoot a higher percentage because of the way we play. You try to offset that by creating turnovers and creating easy baskets off turnovers.
Bob, then that said, why did you guys turn the ball over more? Just trying to do too much with it?
I think it's 11, maybe it's either 11 or 13 of our turnovers are from our bigs. We don't work on dribbling and post. If we're going to dribble, we back it out. It's where we face an attack. We don't ever say catch it and dribble it, put your head down, dribble it. I wouldn't tell a 5th grade team that. But we did. And so consequently, we have there's a huge disparity. And it's been happening all year, really. I mean, we just probably haven't thrown it to them as much.
Coach, is there any way you could essentially find out more about what you've got now than as opposed to when you got off to a great start at the beginning of the year?
I don't understand.
Just, reacting to adversity and as opposed to when things are going great, what you got now?
Oh, we're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. I mean, the most positive guys in the locker room, really, though, are the freshmen, honestly. I mean, we've been trying to fix the turnover deal because it's the reason we've lost games. We've been trying to fix that. And Justin, think about the really good teams, for the Sweet 16 teams, the Final Four. They didn't turn the ball over. We got more shots, and we rebounded, and we started out doing those things, and now we've gotten away from them. I think, in all honesty, I think the competition has stepped up, but that doesn't mean you still put your head down and dribble it whenever you work on not doing it. You saw it. Probably sitting where you saw it better than I saw it. No one like there weren't guys open. We didn't give them the ball. We thought our bigs had finished better than what they're finishing. They haven't finished. We were, I think Tony said, 7 for 18 shots from a foot away. 7 for 18. It's not very good.
When those deflections they were getting, when you guys were trying to get it and decide that probably was another frustrating aspect.
We worked on 2 days. We knew where they were going to be. It wasn't like that was a shock. We knew where they were going to be. You throw it from a foot, you figure you score 50% of the time, right? I mean, that wasn't our numbers.
That Baylor run in the first half obviously defined the game, kind of set the tone early. Did you see a mentality change out of your guys? And how hard is it when something like that happens as early as it does?
I guess it depends on who you are. I firmly believe, and I thought our guys were buying in more and more and more. It's a cumulative effect. So people aren't going to make shots at the end that they make early. They're going to make some shots early. Maybe not that many, but they're going to make some. The cumulative effect is you wear them down. Our 10 better than their 10. Our 5 aren't better than, I don't know. They're no better than a lot of people's. But our 10 are when we're playing. I just don't think we have the same kind of effort. I don't think we have the same kind of resolve. We haven't chased guys down from behind here of late, which we were doing a bunch early. We haven't ran through passing lanes the way we were early. I just don't think we're, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I mean, I saw it coming. That's the frustrating. It's like your kid. You got kids, so you don't want your kids to make the same mistakes you made, right? That's how all parents are. Harder than hell to stop them, though. It's really hard to stop them. It's the same thing. I mean, I've coached enough teams. I mean, I can see it coming, but I'm not smart enough, I guess, to know how to stop it. You tell them, and you tell them, and you tell them, and you tell them, but hasn't done any good. In
any way, does a game like this, does a result like this reinforce that? Can you point to this now and say, look?
No, how dumb you got to be? We just lost by 21 before this. How dumb you got to be? I hope they're not that dumb. I hope. And they're good now. Baylor's talented now. They're talented. Their 2 guards are very good. They got a bunch of guys who can make shots, and they've got the best rebounder in the country. They're talented. It's not like we lost to, I can't say anybody because then I'll end up people say, why would you use us?
Marshall.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that. I didn't say that.
Coach, you mentioned earlier this year the problems with passing into the post and getting position post play in general. Do you see any signs of improvement? Because it seems like those problems were across the board again today.
No, I don't. But, I mean, God. When you throw the ball off a guy's ankles repeatedly, wouldn't it dawn on you maybe you ought to throw the ball to somebody a little higher where they can catch it? Man, it's hard. It's hard to shoot. I mean, it's hard to shoot a ball when you're like fielding grounders. It's hard to finish around the rim when it's like you're fielding grounders. And this has been I think it's been the last whatever it's been 5 or 6 years where that's what guys do, and they don't act like there's anything wrong with it. So why don't you catch the ball? Marlins guys would have a hard time. Fired at their ankles. It's hard. It's hard. You're not going to catch it. On a perimeter, you may knock it down, but you're not going to make a shot. You can't get a shot out. All that being said, fellas, you know what? We have 2 seniors who didn't play very well today that have been pretty good for us, but they haven't played very well today. And we're playing 2 freshmen. We're playing 7 new guys. And I said this before. I put a lot on Devin Williams, and Devin's a sophomore. He's not a junior or senior. He's a sophomore. And these guys are, we got a couple who have just been to it in high school, a couple guys in junior college. Different. It's a different level. There's different pressures. There's different everything. Better players.
Well, we've been talking an awful lot about offense today, and I understand that turnovers lead to easy baskets, but you've given up 60%, 55% shooting the last 2 games. That's got to worry you a little bit, doesn't it?
Well, it worries me, Bob, because I don't think our effort is what it was. We put a piece of tape down in the midline, and, you know, early on, you didn't get to the midline and go get on a treadmill. Well, I can't run. I mean, if I did that, I'd run. If I ran him for throwing a bad pass and missing on a layup or not getting to the midline, it'd be like track practice. You know, you still got to try to win a game. We're not getting where we're supposed to get. We're not doing what we're supposed to do. You know, we went back to playing 5 against 4. You know, 5 offense, 4 defense. So you have to constantly make rotations. It's like when I run out and guard you, it's like you're double teamed because there's still 4 guys that you can pass the ball to against 3 defenders. And we've gone back to that, and I don't know how many times we don't make a rotation.
You mentioned
At some point in time, though, in all honesty, at some point in time, and this is what we were always really good at some point in time, I'll give you a great example. We're playing Virginia in the Sweet 16, and when we were pressing, and we were the best pressing team in America then, and they were just, you know, we were having a hard time. So I called timeout. I said, "Can we guard them?" And the guy said, "You know, I got so and so. I got Junior Burroughs. I got this." And they named their own guys. Well, went out there, they don't score for like 5 minutes, but that's because they had so much pride. And we don't have that. But those are veteran guys too. That was a senior Layton team. Those weren't freshmen and sophomores. And I think we can get there again. Are we there now? No. But it comes down to that, Bob. You know, guard your guy. I mean, I guarded the best guys on the other team all the time when I was there, and it wasn't because I was faster or quicker or jumped higher or anything else. I had a lot of resolve that I wasn't going to let the guy score me. And you know what I figured out? The best way for him not to score was don't let him get the ball. He's probably going to score on me if he got the ball. They're pretty good. And it comes down to that. It comes down to how much resolve do you have sometimes. Why do some teams win, you know, a whole bunch of late games? Because they make stops when they have to make stops. They execute when they have to execute. Are we as disciplined as I want us to be? No. Should we be? I don't know. I mean, the bad part about playing as many guys as we play is you try to get all of them reps. So you don't get like 6, 7 of them reps, a bunch of reps. You know what I mean? You've got another bunch of guys getting reps. But it still comes down to I want to stop my man.
You mentioned relying on Devin, leaning on him. 20 points, 15 rebounds, and talking to him afterwards, he didn't really have too many good things to say about his game tonight.
That's a good thing.
Your take on what he did, and
He didn't guard. He knows he didn't. I think he got frustrated. I depend on Devin to do a lot of things. Devin's our best passer. You just can't throw it to himself. You know, we're going to throw it to 1 for 7, 0 for 2, 0 for 2, 2 for 3. 2 for 3. Those were transition. Who's he going to throw to?
Anything else?
you talk about resolve then. I mean, is it good to see a guy like that after the game he had tonight to be able to say there's so much more he wants to see out of himself?
You know, you could go through that locker room and ask all of them, are you going to, are you going to really turn it up? Mary Mom's going to say, yeah. I said it the other day, and Bob said, describe leadership, and I said leadership's doing. It's not talking about it. It's doing it. Doing it day after day after day after day. That's what Dev's got to do. That's what Deshaun did. That's what Joe Alexander did. That's what Kevin Jones did. Day after day after day after day. So why would people look up to them? Because they didn't talk about it, they did it. You know, if Devin could have, you know, a great career if Devin will do what those guys did. Do it on a daily basis. It's not a, you know, it's not doing it once in a while. I don't anybody do it once in a while.